Hello there, this is the Bible of Soccer, not soccer, and in this video we want to talk about Gold Cup 2021 group stage, second round of matches, and about how beautiful this ball looks like. Okay, I remind you that I'm going here with no teleprompter, no guidelines, no master edition, recording everything from my cell phone, and I speak like this a little bit slow so I won't lose my train of thought. Okay, so we're going to talk about this second round of matches for the group stage on the Gold Cup 2021, and we are going to start with the match Trinidad and Tobago 0 and El Salvador 2. So we already talked a little bit about Trinidad and Tobago the previous video. Now they play again. Okay, they play 4-4-3. We talk about their goalkeeper, which is very good, and in Salvador they also play 4-3-3. Okay, over there we say that they generated a lot of occasions in their first match, but in reality we don't see El Salvador like a team that can lift this trophy. They have problems scoring goals. They generate a lot of opportunity, yes, but it's very difficult for them to score, and sometimes we can see some they're not really focused during the match. Sometimes they lose the focus a little bit. Okay, so let's talk about Trinidad and Tobago. They play like this formation 4-3-3, and basically, and not basically, but almost literally, one midfielder is going to do the pressure here on the center field, or when they're being attacked. Okay, and the rest of the team, they're really not going to help on the midfield, and that's basically the main problem of this team. Okay, the line of 4, okay, they defend, yes, that's true, but only one more is really helping. The rest sometimes just stay there in their position and very static, which is really harmful for this team. However, they generated enough opportunities. They could have tied 2-2, yes, they scored more than one goal, but they didn't. Okay, but they generated enough times, but without scoring. Okay, the other thing to mention about this team, that okay, yes, when the other team has the ball and they're not so close, this line of 4, they go a little bit forward like pretty much all teams, but when they're being attacked by an organized attack from the rivals, the other team, they tend to position themselves very close to the goalkeeper, very close to the net, and this gives a lot of space, a lot of chances there for the other team to organize better, especially when there is only one player doing the pressure there. The rest of the team really static. They need to work on that. Okay, I understand that maybe other players are more offensive and that's why they did this, but at the same time they didn't score any goal, okay, in this match or in the previous match. So something is wrong with the tactic here. Maybe I don't have the players for the tactic that I want to accomplish. If I want to accomplish a more offensive team, it's okay, but maybe you don't have the players because this team is not scoring. And if I want to protect, I need to place there some players that are more defensive, that they really want to run, they really want to do the pressure. Okay, so for the goal, in this case, this is what happened in one of those opportunities where they really when they get too close to the end line, they gave a lot of chance to organized to El Salvador. El Salvador scored from outside of the box, pretty much both goals. Okay, we already talked about Trinidad and Tobago goalkeeper, which is very good. He is very good, and in this case, both goals, or pretty much both, okay, hit the post and score. So this is how difficult it is to score against this goalkeeper. It's true, maybe this is why they have this defensive system that is not the best, and they want to focus on the attack because they know that they have a good keeper, but not because your goalkeeper is good you are going to just forget about defending, pretty much. Okay, or in the midfield where it is very important. Okay, why I say it pretty much? Because the second goal, it was a kick from outside the box that, well, I think it was probably better the other post. It hit the post and then it came out, and it was like a second play there that was really fast, and well, in this case El Salvador, right? And they scored the goal. Okay, but the ball hit the post first, so that's how difficult it is to score against this keeper. Okay, and in the case of El Salvador, there is this one player, Portillo, that he missed a goal when he was there by himself. Okay, it was more difficult to miss it than to score it, but he missed. And I don't know, these kind of players, right, something happened to them. Maybe they are not really on the match, maybe they don't want to play for the national team, we don't know. But when these situations occur, sometimes the coach, the managers, they have to draw to conclusions, because it's not okay. Then we have the next match. It was Guatemala 0 and Mexico 3. So Mexico, let's do Mexico with the green color, and Mexico plays 4-3-3. Okay, Tata Martino is the coach for this team. Okay, in the Spanish version we have talked about Martino a lot because he used to play with Argentina before, or some time before Mexico. So what's the problem with Mexico? Okay, in the previous commentary we only talk a little bit like in a superficial way, but this second one, okay, as we are getting to know the teams, okay, we usually don't follow these teams, so we're just trying to get to know the teams as long as they are in the cup, and then we can analyze deeper and deeper and deeper, okay, and we can do as we did in the Euro. Okay, so what's the problem with Mexico? They didn't score in the first match against Trinidad and Tobago. We say already that it's very difficult to score against this goalkeeper. In the case of El Salvador, they hit the post and scored twice. So maybe Mexico needed to do that. They needed to hit the post and then score. Okay, but let's be more serious, right? So what's the problem with Mexico? The problem is Tata Martino. He plays with 3 defensive midfielders. Okay, so if it's true, he also plays with 3 strikers, but the ball needs to get to the strikers, and it needs to get to the strikers like clean. Okay, because otherwise it's gonna happen what happens with Mexico, that the 3 strikers, they have to figure it out how to organize something to score. Okay, because they play here, or Tata Martino, he plays most of the time with 3 defensive midfielders. We saw this in Argentina, when he was in Argentina. Okay, when he was in Paraguay, it was different, because in Paraguay, this is the style of how Paraguay plays. Paraguay, they want to defend all the time, and then it's just center pass by air and header, right? Or counter attack. But for teams like Argentina, okay, yes, he reached the final with Argentina, yes, but Argentina, they had good players. Okay, they were coming from being runners up in the World Cup in Brazil. So the team was already kind of, they knew what they were doing. But here is a disconnection, like always, especially if you want to be a team that dominates and you use this system, is very contradictory. So the only team that he really plays good, it was Paraguay, because that's how they play. They don't care about organizing too much, but Mexico, it looks like they care, and Argentina, of course, and I think they had the players, or maybe that was the problem. Maybe they didn't have the players at that time. Okay, so Guatemala, the same problem, and actually I think most of the teams in this Gold Cup, they have exactly the same problem in the midfield. Okay, this is not the case for Mexico, of course, when they have 3 defensive midfielders, but again, the same problem as Trinidad and Tobago. The midfielders, the pressure is not so good. Sometimes they even don't do it, and they give all the responsibility to the last defensive line. Okay, and also at the end of the match, like, well, not really at the end of the match, maybe in 1/4, like, I don't know, 20-25 minutes, Guatemala looked really bad, like physically. They couldn't run like in the beginning anymore. Mexico was playing like very good. They still were running and trying to win, but Guatemala definitely, the players were not physically prepared to last the 90 minutes. Maybe because the match started like 1 hour later or 2 hours later, I'm not sure, but the match was late, so sometimes it's difficult to prepare the players when the match is delayed, because they have to eat, and sometimes they have to calculate when he's gonna eat, what time the match is going to start or finish. So maybe that was one of the reasons. Okay, but Guatemala, they need to prepare better. Players need to be physically prepared better. Okay, that's coach there. Of course, they play in their clubs, and you don't have control of that. But if you want to play for the national team, or if you want to be competitive, this is what you have to do. You need to last at least 90 minutes, not counting if you have an extra time. Okay, now let's go to the next match, which is Haiti and Canada. So let's leave just Haiti in blue, that they're already there, and let's do red with Canada. So Canada made at least one mistake in this match. Okay, and okay, this is how Canada plays: 3-4-3. we are going to talk a little bit more about Canada today. And Haiti plays 4-3-3, so it's okay there. Okay, we already say about Haiti that they always have a good plan, a lot of opportunities to score, but they don't do it. So I have a little joke that somebody has to tell the Haiti players that they don't have to hit the goalkeeper. If they hit the goalkeeper, you don't score, okay? You only score when the ball is inside the net, okay? Because it looks like they generate a lot of opportunity, but they always try to hit the goalkeeper. So no, you don't get points for hitting the goalkeeper. You have to hit the net, okay? But again, the same problem for Haiti. They play nice, they play good, they have decent players, and they generate opportunities, but they don't score. And this is a problem for Haiti maybe for the past 10-12 years, when they have like a decent team, but they are unable to score. Okay, they play a lot, Haiti play a lot by the sides. Okay, very good. Maybe one of the problems was one of the players got a red card that it was unnecessary. Okay, it was outside the box. It was they were trying to see if it was a penalty kick or not. And in the case of Canada, we noticed at least two things. One of them is that okay, they play like this. This is their formation. Sometimes they attacked one, like a very shy attack. One or two players go, okay, all the team goes forward, but only one or two go into the adventure to get really close to try to score. Okay, and then when they do that, they are really a bad team. They don't generate any danger. Maybe they do it because they want to defend themselves, okay, without anybody noticing. Okay, so some teams do that, like for example Argentina, that they just won the Copa America. What Argentina do, what they do is they don't want to look like they're defending, so they keep the ball and they pretend that they're going to attack, but it's not true. They just want to keep the ball to if I have the ball, I don't have to defend myself from attacks. So maybe Canada is doing the same when they do that, when they attack with two people. Okay, I don't think it's the case, but it may be a possibility. We need to study deeper. I will need to if they reach the final, I will do. Okay, I will analyze every player and try to find out this mystery. Okay, but they go into the attack with one or two players and it's not dangerous. They don't generate anything. Okay, but when they go to the attack with three or more, they are really dangerous. So why they don't do it all the time, we don't know. Okay, it's something that we will need to check these tactics more, especially with a team where they are more let's say in the same level. Okay, because maybe Haiti is not at the same level as Canada. This Canada maybe is in another one more level than Haiti in this Gold Cup. Okay, so this is one thing about Canada. When they go with three or more people, they're really dangerous. It looks like they know each other a lot and they can generate and they do some very good organizing. But when they do one or two, because they don't have like a really talented players, it's more difficult and they don't associate very good. They don't have a plan. Okay, because we have other teams, for example, Peru in South America. They go into the attack with one or two players and they're not talented. They don't have dribbling, they don't have that, but they have a plan. So maybe in Canada, maybe yes, you can go and attack with two players, but you need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, I'm going to keep saying what I just said. Okay, so maybe you are defending, or maybe you really don't know what you're doing. You don't have possession. You don't want to have the possession anymore. So you go attack to 2. Okay, go attack with 2 and see you later. Okay, because really very low chances to score when they do that. Okay, and the other thing is that okay, the teams, when they play with 3 line defensive with 3 defenders, okay, defensive line with 3 defenders, it's very easy for them to coordinate the offside defensive system. So this is what they do. Okay, it's easy to coordinate. When there are 4, it's more difficult because you have to coordinate 4 players. But when there are 3, it's easier, so they do that. They do it good. Okay, in the Euro this year we saw a lot of or some teams that they play with line of 3, and they did a good job, except for Russia. Okay, we talk about that in another video. I think it was in the video in the Spanish, that Russia, they don't get too much help from the midfield to help. They really 3 defenders only, and they separate a lot. Okay, and they don't use the offside defensive system, so it's like they're just killing themselves there. Okay, very bad. Now you could ask, okay, but if that is true and they have the same coach, why Russia reached the very far in their World Cup? Because from the World Cup to now, until now, only 2 or 3 players have survived from that team. Okay, the rest of the names changed, and there's only, for the Euro, there were only 3 players. One of them was, I think, was on the bench. One of them got injured, and they only got 1 player. So the whole Russia team is new, and in the World Cup they use offside defensive system because they're 3, easy to coordinate. In the Euro they didn't do it. In the World Cup, because the team knew each other a lot, they used to play this line of 4. They used to play very close to the line of 3, especially when defending. But in the Euro they didn't do that. Okay, but let's come back to Canada. They do it very good there. Okay, they take advantage of 3 defenders line, and they do offside defensive system kind of good. And maybe the weak point for this Canadian team is the goalkeeper. Okay, when Haiti scored, okay, instead of trying to block something, he just kind of lay down and left the whole net discovered for the Haiti player to score. Because remember, Haiti, they don't want to score, they want to hit. They want to hit the goalkeeper. But in this case, the goalkeeper lay down and he let all the net discover. So Haiti had the chance to make that goal. And the other thing that happened in this match, it was that their player, the first, I think it was the first goal for Canada, was a free kick. It was a free kick, or maybe from here, I'm sure. Okay, the player number 7. Okay, so if you score a free kick, I guess you are a good player. Okay, I saw you playing before. You are one of the good players for Canada team. So I'm gonna tell you something. If you are the coach for Canada and your team is winning 4-1, you try to sub your best players. especially if they already have a yellow card. Okay, especially. So 2 mistakes at once. The coach didn't sub the player who had a previous yellow card from another match, and the player really didn't help, because in another, when they were 4-1 at the end of the match, like 10 minutes left, he was just killing time and he got a second yellow card. The next match is against the United States to fight for the first place of the group. Come on, I know, number 7, that you can do better. Okay, so he already missed that match. Okay, at the time that we're making this video, this match already happened. Okay, the thing is that we didn't have the time to, we were taking a little break, okay, because we were doing Copa America and Euro at the same time, all the matches, and we took some days off. So now is when we're making this video. Okay, but we're gonna catch up for the best part of the tournament. Okay, so then that was pretty much for this match. Let's leave it like that, because then it comes Martinique and the United States. Martinique, that they play with a 3. Okay, let's do Martinique 3-5-2. They play 3-5-2. Okay, so that's Martinique right there. In reality, they play 4-3-3. Okay, in reality, they play 4-3-3, but they were playing with United States, so they decided to add somebody else there that can go forward too if needed. Okay, and the United States play with a 3-4-3. Okay, and in this match the score was almost the same. It was, instead of 4-1, it was 6-1, like a tennis match. And okay, about Martinique, well, one of the goals, it was one of the defenders trying to do an acrobatic kick to clear the ball, but he couldn't. He tried to do the scorpion and he just made an own goal. And in the case of the United States, one of the, I don't know if I can call it weak points, because maybe when you're very good in something, and if you can implement your attacking system, you can play against any team and you will win. Okay, but in the case of the United States, I don't know if that's the case, but they play too much using the sides too much. Okay, from the 6 goals, 5 goals came through the sides, and only 1 goal, the organizing was kind of from the middle. Okay, why this is bad? Especially if you already are dominating the match. Okay, 6-1. If you already are dominating the match, try to take this match as a practice. So let's try to attack through the middle to test ourselves. How can we do in the middle in a real match, attacking through the middles? Okay, but why is this is not good? Because when you have a team, for example, like for example Bolivia in South America, or other teams that they play with a very tight line of 4, is very difficult to score through the sides. Okay, so let's say that the United States, okay, they have a good team, they can play against a team that is not so strong like them, but they can lose if they use this tactic. And if the tactic is not really, if you really don't have the tactic like well established in your team, especially this team that is a young team, kind of starting to play together, maybe is the time to try to attack through the middle to do something different and see how it goes. Because when another team, that is probably gonna happen, is gonna block you the sides, okay, you're gonna end with a 0-0 score. You can lose by penalties, you can just get a counter attack and lose, or an organized attack and lose by 1 goal. So it's important to diversify when you can. Okay, I understand the tactic is very good so far, it's working, okay, but especially if you have this match already inside your pocket, just try to take it as a practice and attack in a different way. Okay, so you are more prepared, and then you can see what mistakes you made when you attack through the middle and fix it. Okay, then we have the next match, which is Guadeloupe, Jamaica. So let's leave Guadeloupe there, and let's say Jamaica are the green. Okay, let's go with Jamaica. Jamaica plays 4-4-2, and in this match the game was a little bit let's say tied. Okay, they were 1-1 until the very end. Guadeloupe, they play 4-1-4-1, which this formation, okay, so many teams now play 4-1-4-1. Why 4-1-4-1? Okay, because Tite from Brazil, before the World Cup, he plays 4-1-4-1 all the qualifiers and pretty much most of the matches during the World Cup. Okay, so a lot of coaches got the attention from that formation. Brazil didn't lose for a long time using this formation, so now a lot of coaches are trying to copy this formation. Okay, because before it was very strange to see it. So 4-1-4-1 and classic 4-4-2 for Jamaica. We already explained or talked a little bit how Jamaica plays. They basically do a lot of long, trying to take advantage of the speed or center pass by air and try to score with a header. Okay, so try to take advantage of what the players have that are physical presence and speed. Okay, so in this match Guadeloupe started winning. They scored early, and then it was difficult for Jamaica to come back from that. Okay, so they managed to tie 1-1. At some point they generated a lot of opportunities and they missed, so that's another thing about Jamaica that they probably had to fix. But at the end of the match, and also with the right substitutions, you could see the difference between the two teams about resistance. Okay, Guadeloupe, they were already kind of tired, and Jamaica took advantage of that. Okay, there is really not a tactical mistake in the second Jamaican goal. Just, I think there were 3 players there, and because they were kind of tired, they got dribbled by one of the Jamaica players that came like with some speed. Okay, and created like a window to score. So really, nothing tactical there. It was just man by man, or in this case one man against 3. But Guadeloupe already was very tired and Jamaica, they were already fresh, especially with the right substitutions that they made. Okay, so then let's go to the next match. Costa Rica play, I think they play 4-3-3. Okay, yes, they play 4-3-3, and Suriname, let's leave Suriname with green. 4-3-3. Okay, so Suriname also started winning this match. Remember that we mentioned that Suriname has a lot of, or from the 11 players, 10 out of 11 are playing or used to play in the Netherlands. So they are very good. They have decent players. Actually, these players are very technical. They're very good. They have good technical attributes. And so they started winning. Maybe the thing about Suriname is that they need more time playing together. Okay, maybe this is more relevant now, but the quality of the players are good. Okay, and in the case of Costa Rica, they started playing with three. They started with 4-3-3, but in reality they were playing with three, line of three in the back, where one other player was just helping on the attack. It worked. Okay, they managed to tie. And no, but Suriname, it was the other match. I think Guadeloupe was the match that started. They started winning. In this case, Suriname, it was 0-0. This is what happened. It was 0-0, so they tried to play with three on the back. They scored the first goal. Then Suriname tied, and what happened was that this player stayed there all the time after the tie. That's what happened. Okay, so after the tie, they learned their lesson. They figured that Suriname could do some damage. Then they stay like that, and we already said before that or at least when they were in the qualifiers for the World Cup for Russia, the team was basically made or based on the foundations of their goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, but he's now injured. So now they are making the team in function of Campbell, the striker, and they always try to look at him as fast, as quick as possible. Okay, sometimes Campbell, who is there, he has to come back and help before. Okay, because all the tactics is based in that player, and this is we already say this is not good, because if this player get cut or injured, then you will have the tactic will become more difficult. Okay, but we saw before, when Keylor Navas is active in the team, that they usually, or sometimes they used to play with line of 5. Okay, try to base their game on the goalkeeper, but now he's not there. Everybody's looking for Campbell. Okay, and it is paid. He paid because it was 1-1 for a long time. Okay, and then again, as it happens in the other match with Jamaica, when everybody was tired, Campbell was like in the first minute, and he managed to help with the organizing there and find the advantage to score. I think it was 5 minutes before or at the end of the match. Then we have the next match, which is Grenada and Qatar. So Qatar, let's say Grenada, let's leave them there with red, and Qatar, they play like with a dark purple from the flag. Okay, like Portugal or Venezuela, that color. So they usually used the orange for that. I think they play 4-4-2, I'm not sure, or 5-4-1, I think it was. Yes, Qatar, it was like this. Okay, so for this match, they play 5-4-1 and Grenada 4-4-2. Okay, so what happened in this match? So Qatar won 4-0. Qatar is a very cohesive team. They've been preparing themselves for a long time. They participated in the 2019 Copa America. They did a good job, even that they didn't get out of the group stage, but they got in the group with Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay, very tough teams. So if they will have made the draw to another group, they probably will have advanced, but it was very difficult for them. But they lost for 1 goal against Uruguay, 1 goal against Argentina, and tied with Paraguay. Very good Copa America for them, to be honest. Very good results. And here they are. They won 4-0. So the first goal was a little bit, they have to call the VAR, because there was like a handball or something there. I think the decision was wrong, okay, because it's not clear if he touched the ball with the hand or not. The VAR took a lot of time, the referee took a lot of time there. It was really almost impossible to see. Even they show different angles to see if he touched the hands or not. But it was inside of the small box, and I think it's obstruction, so it should have been called falling attack, but I'm not the referee, so the referee called the goal. Okay, but the important thing about this Qatarian team, they're very cohesive, and their defensive system is maybe is the most relevant thing that we have to talk about for now. Okay, sometimes they play 4-4-2. Sometimes they play 4-5-1. Okay, let's see how, because they have another, I think they have another striker that they didn't use for this match. I'm not sure about it, but anyways, so let's explain how the defensive system is maybe the most interesting thing for now. Okay, we have to analyze this team and deeper. Let's see if they keep advancing, so we can analyze. We can talk about players, specific tactics, specific movements. But for now, what they do is when they're being attacked, there are this group of 3. They have a line of 5, right? But if they're being attacked by this side, there are only 3 defenders. They're going to take care of that, and the other 2 are just going to join between the lines, or simply going to go there and help with the organizing from the other team. It doesn't have to go really exactly to that far, right? But maybe with another player that is here. Okay, because when they're being attacked, only 3 for the line of 5 are going to be active. Of course, they have defensive midfielders. Okay, and these 2, they can go there, they can wait just for the attack. Okay, if something changes, of course, he's going to come back and it's going to be the opposite. Okay, and the same thing when they're being attacked here, only these 3 are going to be active. Okay, of course, not so far away. Midfielders. Okay, and then they're really ready for the organizing. That's why they do it like that. Okay, it can be not like that. Maybe I'm exaggerating here. Okay, but that's the sense of what they're trying to do. Okay, attacking this team. Maybe that's why Argentina and Uruguay only could score 1 goal, because it's very difficult to attack them through the middle, and this system is kind of interesting system. Okay, so Qatar. And then let's go maybe to, well, Qatar, they scored beside of that one, it was kind of controversial, that goal. They scored beautiful goals, okay, a fifth from outside the box to the angle here. And the goals were really interesting. Okay, now we're going to talk about the other match. Maybe the most interesting to talk about, which was Panama Honduras. We're going to talk a little bit about the bad management for Panama. From Panama, okay, let's it was Honduras, right? Honduras. So 4-3-3. Honduras and Panama, they play, I think it was 4-3-3 as well. Okay, so what happened to Panama? They are in this group, okay? This group with Qatar and Grenada. Okay, so Qatar won 4-0. 4-0 against Grenada. Okay. Honduras, they won also 4-0 against Grenada. So the last match that Panama will play is against Grenada. So they already have the pressure that they need to win 4-0 or more. Win 4-0 or more difference. Okay, because Honduras, Panama and Qatar, let's say they have pretty much the same level, so it's difficult to say which team is better than the other. Okay, but we can see which team is being good managed and which one is not. So Honduras play already with Grenada, and now it's gonna play with Panama, which is this. But Panama, they play. Panama, they play with Qatar, and the match finished 3-3. Okay. So what I just said is that these three teams are pretty much in the same level. So 3-3, this is a lot of goals, right? 3 is a good number. It's like a bunch of goals. So in the case that everybody's tying this team in this group, Panama at least tie with three goals. In case, because the last match is Honduras against Qatar, and we don't know what's going to happen in that match, right? Because we just said that these three teams are pretty much in the same level, so it could win Qatar, it could be won by Honduras, or it can be a tie. But let's say it's a tie, which is the worst case scenario for Panama. If somebody wins, no matter what, Panama was okay. If they tie, that's the problem, because they already scored 4-0, both of them, against Grenada. But if they tie and they also win 4-0, they have scored 3 goals. And come on, you can make 4 goals against Grenada, or at least you can make that bet. But the other bet that we can do is that one of these two teams, it will win that match. Not now, okay, but if I'm playing there and I know that my other rival is playing with a weak team, and let's say they're gonna feel the pressure to try to score, to try to win that match. So what I'm trying to say here, what I'm trying to say is that Panama, they lost this match against Honduras. Honduras 4-3-2, and they received against 3 goals. They received 3 goals from Qatar and 3 goals from Honduras. So maybe that's why they're so scared of playing with Grenada, because they're already setting the bar here that they receive 3 goals per match. Okay, so what's happened here? Let's try to get into the match. So the match is 0-0. If I am Panama and I already did 3-3 against Qatar, the result that is more convenient for me, if I can win, is 0-0 or a tie in general. Okay, but Panama didn't care about that, and they got crazy about winning this match, but crazy, like it was a final or a very important game. So of course they start losing the match 0-1. Of course now they need to tie it, so they kept playing like they were playing. So they did a good job. They tied. They did a better job, and they go 2-1. So let's go through the first mistake. The first mistake, let me use the blue marker. The first mistake is that when it was 0-0, this is the result I want. I don't need to go like crazy, because what's going to happen? My defensive system is going to be, is not going to be taken care of, and I'm going to get a goal. Okay, but they managed to tie. Okay, so first mistake. Okay, the beginning of the match, nobody thought about the points, nobody thought about the group, they only thought about the match. Okay, you have to do some micromanagement sometimes. But then 1-1, this is the result I want. They kept trying, and hey, this guy was in YouTube talking about tying the match. Please shut up, because now we are 2-1. Okay, yes, I shut up. Okay, I just shut my mouth up. Yes, I will. But then they win 2-1. This is the perfect moment to stop being crazy. And hey, if we are 2-1, let's try to keep the pace. In the worst case scenario, it will be 2-2. If we manage to keep the ball a little more, no go forward like crazy, like there's no tomorrow. But they didn't do that. So this is even a better score to protect. And then Honduras tie 2-2. But again, there's nothing wrong with the 2-2. So another opportunity to keep the pace and say, hey, let's just stay 2-2, or let's try. But no, they kept attacking like there's no tomorrow. Okay, and of course they lost. They lost. But they didn't lose because they lost. They lose because they tried to win so bad. And yes, Panama was in the World Cup. They have a little more experience now. But you have Honduras in this group. You have Qatar. All 3 teams are pretty much in the same level. So you don't think about getting the first place of this group. You think about getting out of this group, no matter what position. So Now it's even more clear what team is not getting out of those three. Okay, because now they have less possible combinations to advance. Now they will have to score a lot of, for sure, at least 5 goals, because now they got here like a -1, so they need to score at least 5 goals or more, and hope that Honduras wins against Qatar. Okay, but these two teams again are pretty much in the same level, so anybody can win or it can be a tie. So, but hey, let's see what happens. Maybe luck is on the side of Panama at this time. So that's gonna be all for this video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up. You can share it as well, and you can subscribe if you haven't done so. This is the best time to do it. And it says goodbye to you. The Bible of soccer, not soccer.